5 seconds late.
Good evening, everyone. It is 6 o'clock on February 17th, 2026, and time to call to order this meeting of the Gallatin City Council. We begin each of our meetings with the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. This evening, Councilman Alexander will offer our prayer and lead us in the pledge, and I would invite you all to stand with me this evening.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for the day that you've given us. It's truly been a gift. We ask, Lord, that with that same thankful heart, we gather together tonight, Lord, thankful that we can invite you into this room, Father, and be with us, that you would guide us and lead us through discussion and decisions alike. May they all be pleasing to you. Father, we pray for our city and each resident, Father, that may be going through a tough time right now. We just lift them up, Father, and pray that you would help and provide as they are needed. And we give you thanks for all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I ask that Ms. Kittrell call the roll for us, please.
Vice Mayor Hayes. Councilman Alexander.
Present.
Councilman Carter.
Present.
Councilman Fan is absent. Councilman Fennell.
Here.
Councilman Jones.
Here.
And Councilman Juvance. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. This evening, you have two sets of minutes for your consideration for approval. The first is from January 20th of 2026. The second is from February 3rd of 2026.
Motion to approve both.
Okay, I have a motion by Vice Mayor Hayes. I heard second by Councilman Jones. Any corrections, additions, subtractions? Seeing none, all in favor of approving the minutes from both January 20th and February 3rd of 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I heard this side of the room. That was awesome. All right, we're going to move now to public recognition on agenda-related items. There are some public hearings this evening, so if you're here for one of those items, you may wish to wait and speak under the public hearing. The public hearing is for one rezoning of a 1.93 acre parcel from CS Commercial to CC Core Commercial District. This is the Baptist Church on 225 East Main Street. The second public hearing is rezoning 6 lots of the Clearview Heights subdivision from R10, which is medium density residential, to R6, which is high density residential. And then there are 2 public hearings on the annexation. One is the adopting plan of service, the other is the annexation for a 3.56 acre parcel north of East Broadway, east of Dobbins Pike. So again, if you wish to speak to those, it may be that you desire to do that under the public hearing. If not, if you'd like to speak to an item that's on the agenda this evening, you may speak now. I should also mention that at the end of the meeting, there's a time to speak to items that aren't on the agenda. If you'd like to speak, you'll have 5 minutes. We ask for your name and your address for the record, please.
Good evening. Renee Saunders, 2092 Rodman Boulevard. I had a question about number 12, and I only have a question because I can't find the information in the agenda online, the items, the documents online. And so my question, I know you can't speak to it right now, but whoever's going to speak to this when it's time, is this a personal residence? And I didn't realize that if we had a disagreement with the utility company that we could actually bring it to the city council for a leak adjustment, because I actually had a problem. They told me it wasn't covered, and I didn't know that I had another recourse. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak? Okay, seeing no one, public recognition on agenda-related items is closed. And Ms. Saunders, I'll just mention This was a personal residence that did have an issue with a leak in their yard, and the utility department is always willing to do one leak adjustment over some period of time. And in this case, this person was not happy with what the department had offered, and so that person came to the council, and this body has moved to this meeting a reconsideration of his final bill. As to not realizing that there is a different approach, I would contend that there are probably many, many people each month that would want to come up here and contest basically what the utility department made a determination on. But I think in our city, we're actually very, very generous with making adjustments because we have that ability as a publicly, as a municipally owned utility. But there's only so much the utility department can do to be fair and to be right when it is a water loss issue. Beyond that, it's not, I don't know what your issue was, but I hope that's helpful. And you'll hear more as we talk about it. All right, so moving from public recognition on agenda-related items to mayor's comments. Really, the only thing that I want to discuss under mayor's comments this evening beyond some events is the loss of former councilwoman Julie Brackenberry. Many of us had the privilege of serving with her. I actually knew her before I was in office, and she was always very bubbly and enthusiastic and happy and creative, and she contributed to a lot of boards and committees and organizations in our community, and I think many of us are shocked by her passing. Her services will be on the 28th, and the visitation is at 9, the funeral is at 11. At Alexander Funeral Home, she leaves behind a husband, a son, her son's wife, her daughter-in-law, and her parents. And it just breaks my heart to think about what that family is going through, to be losing someone so young and so vigorous in their life. So I know that the family will feel your prayers for them, and I hope that you all remember her well and remember her contributions to our city. With that, just a few events upcoming that I want to make sure that you're aware of. The first is on this Saturday, there is another Winter's Farmers Market at the station. That's from 9 until 1. There's not in Gallatin, but still very cool. There's a Highway 52 cruise-in happening at the Old Milliken store up on Highway 52 in Westmoreland. Also this weekend is the Prehistoric American Artifact Show at the Gallatin Civic Center. That is Saturday and Sunday. There's American Red Cross Blood Drive. I may have those days wrong. It's on the 22nd. It's on the 22nd. Okay. American Red Cross Blood Drive on the 23rd. That's from 12 until 4 in the meeting rooms there. On the 27th, it's the Good Morning Gallatin first meeting of the year after the kickoff, but the kickoff had to get delayed because of weather. So this is the state legislative kickoff. It'll be at the station from 7:30 till 9 on the 27th. On the 28th is the Nashville Stamp and Postcard Show. That runs both the 28th and the 1st. The Gallatin Shalom Zone Sneaker Ball is on the 28th. The TML Legislative Conference and council or department heads, if you want to go, please let us know tomorrow because we need to finalize that. Is at the Doubletree Hotel in Nashville, and that happens on that Monday and Tuesday, the 2nd and 3rd. The kickoff that I mentioned for the legislative series with Jeff Siegler's at Northfield Church at 11 a.m. on the 4th of March, and then on the 5th of March, another Red Cross Blood Drive, CPR certification opportunity from 3 until 8 p.m., and CASA is having their reverse raffle. And then on the 7th of March is the 2026 Sumner County Irish Festival. That went away for a little bit, but it's back again, and they do a great job of putting that on. I believe Sumner County Tourism hosts that, so I'd encourage you to check it out if that's something of interest to you. With that, I conclude my comments and move on to the regular agenda. And the first item on the evening's agenda is public hearing on Ordinance 02601-2, and to introduce that is Councilman Stephen Carter.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, rezoning a 1.93 plus or minus acre parcel from the CS Commercial Services District to the CC Core Commercial District located at 225 East Main Street, authorizing the revision to be indicated on the official zoning atlas, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. And I now declare this public hearing open.
The public hearing is open. If you'd like to speak, you may come forward at this time. Seeing no one indicating they wish to speak, public hearing on ordinance 02601-2 is closed. Item number 2 is public hearing on ordinance 02601-3. Again, Councilman Carter.
Thank you. This is an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, rezoning 6 lots, 35 through 40 of the Clearview Heights subdivision, number 5, totaling 0.57 plus or minus acres, from the R10 medium-density residential district to the R6 high-density residential district located south of Hatton Track Road and west of Anthony Street, authorizing the revision to be indicated on the official zoning atlas, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. I now declare this public hearing open.
Public hearing is open. If you'd like to speak, you may come forward at this time. Seeing no one, public hearing on ordinance 02601-3 is closed. Moving along to public hearing on resolution R2601-5, Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, adopting a plan of services for the annexation of 3.56 plus or minus acre parcel located north of East Broadway and east of Dobbins Pike, and providing for an effective date. Public hearing is open.
Public hearing is open. If you'd like to speak, please come forward now. And there is no one. So public hearing on resolution R2601-5 is closed. Public hearing on resolution R2601-6, Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, annexing a 3.56 acre parcel located north of East Broadway and east of Dobbins Pike into the City of Gallatin, authorizing the annexed property to be indicated on the official zoning atlas, assigning the annexed area to a council district, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. Public hearing is open.
Public hearing is open. And no one rushes forward. Public hearing on resolution R2601-6 is closed. Moving to item 5, which is second reading on ordinance 02510-54, Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. An ordinance amending Gallatin Municipal Code, Chapter 9, Fire Protection and Prevention, Article 3, Standards. Motion to move.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Jones, a second by Councilman Fennell. Opening the floor for questions, discussion. Councilman Juvance.
Thank you, Mayor. I like the idea, but again, when I look at it, I don't like the option 1 and the option 4. I think we should not go that way, because we always have issue of parking in subdivisions, and basically if we give the option to go to 20 feet, that's what they're going to take. That's what the developer is going to take. So now we go back on a situation we had before where people can't park, they don't understand why, and someone's going to park, and now we don't have enough clearance for our engines to go in case of fire. And we have seen the last 2 days that happened, unfortunately. I think we should take care of our citizen and our first responder by going to the high side instead of the low side. So I'm going to make a motion to amend 968A to remove 1 and 4. So we keep all subdivision with at least one side where people can park. And that's going to make things a lot clearer and a lot easier to understand to the citizen. So motion to amend 968A and to remove 1 and 4 and to keep only 2 28 feet with designated parking on one side of the road, or 34 feet with designated parking on both sides of the road. I think it's important to take care of the safety of our people.
Councilman Juvance made a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Alexander. Questions, discussion? Okay, the amendment is to remove 1 and 4 from 968, which is the access to buildings by fire apparatus. Under A, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no.
No.
Okay, I have Councilman Fennell and Hayes saying no. Councilman Jones? Aye. Okay, so it passes 4-2. So we're back to the original motion as amended, taking out those two elements. And any other questions, any other discussion? All right, it is second reading on ordinance 02510-54 as amended. Huh?
No, that was just the amendment.
What?
Never mind, that was amendment.
We need to vote on the motion.
So second reading on ordinance 02510-54 as amended. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Item 6 is first reading on ordinance 02601-8. Vice Mayor Hayes.
Yeah, this is an ordinance appropriating $460,000 from the general fund, unassigned fund balance for paving. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Hayes, second by Councilman Carter. Are there questions, any discussion? Okay, this is first reading on ordinance 02601-8. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Does pass first reading unanimously. Item 7 is first reading on ordinance 02602-10. Councilman Fennell.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an ordinance appropriating $45,000 for the stormwater unassigned fund balance for the purchase of a hydroseeding machine. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fennell, second by Councilman Juvance. Discussion or questions? This is first reading on ordinance 02602-10. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Passes first reading unanimously. Item 8 is resolution R2601-10. Councilman Alexander.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution that authorizes the city of Gallatin to apply for a build grant. So move.
Motion by Councilman Alexander, second by Councilman Carter. Any questions, any discussion? Okay, it's resolution R2601-10. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Does pass unanimously. Item 9 is resolution R2602-11. Councilman Juvance.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a resolution granting exemption to Personal Rule 1724 emergency conditions for essential emergency workers, and that's to move.
Motion by Councilman Juvance,
Second.
second by Councilman Alexander. Questions, discussion? Councilman Juvance.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that got brought up. I think it's needed, and it's a good start, but I think that rule need to be looked at because there is some tweaking to do, so we don't have to come back every time if something like that happen, but I appreciate it's brought forward.
Okay, this is resolution R2602-11. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Passes unanimously. Item 10 is resolution R2602-12. Councilman Carter.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution naming the Clearview Park Community Center, and I will make a motion to discuss.
Motion second, opening the floor for discussion. Councilman Carter, you're recognized.
Yes, ma'am. So we have received some information from Ms. Bates with the Gallatin EDA. Ms. Bates, if you don't mind, would you like to give us an update? Thank you. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bates?
Hello, everybody. I put on your desk some information about and pictures of the sign that's already on the building. If you want to add on to that sign, that's a possibility. It would be very challenging to take out the word community and replace it with legacy. Those letters are not in, they're in there in a way so that somebody just can't come by and pull them off. It would damage the brick. So I'm happy to look into whatever you choose to do, but I also made an alternative suggestion that if you want to consider it, doing it something on the inside and adding some more history lesson to the inside. But the outside part is, I don't have a cost yet, and you would have to appropriate funding for additional signage on the outside. There are other walls on the outside, the other facade pieces that you could put an extra sign on, but there is one already there. So.
I think you could do like a monument sign at some point that said, like, I liked your suggestion about that park, like a Clearview Community Legacy Park. And then you have opportunities for all kinds
Oh,
of
yeah, you could put that at the,
commemorative installations.
you could put something like that, much like they have at GPU and the police precinct on South Water, just a basic brick with metal
Concrete in the middle.
standout lettering, and you could put that at the entrance to the parking area that's closest to where the Shalom Zone is, where most
Like-
people are coming from.
Yeah, for people who you would like to see honored, say on the track, that have to do with the outside, you could do like the pedestal installations like we have on the Walking Art Gallery.
Yes.
You have somebody relevant to something that's gone in the building, perhaps you do like the gallery wall that we spoke of.
I mean, it really does have deep history, so
Councilman Giovanni?
Thank you, ma'am. What do you think the cost will be?
I do not know.
No idea.
I didn't have time to look up the pages and pages of invoices to see what item line that sign was in.
Could
But
you-
I've got a call in, so.
I think it's a great idea. We should still have a sign outside. I like the idea to have it at the entry of the park, which is kind of what we have on other parks too. Could you look at a cost and get back to us on that? Because
So just to clarify, you want me to get information on the cost of a sign, a monument sign that would be at another entrance to the park?
Yeah.
And then do you still want me to look at cost to put another sign on the building somewhere outside?
no, not on a building.
Just a monument
yeah.
sign? I'm happy to do that if
I
that's the
think that
will of
Mr.
the...
DePriest may actually have some really good information related to that from what we've explored in the past for a sign out here, but I don't think it'd be that
We
hard.
also have one at the gun range.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
similar.
Yeah.
So I'll find
Yeah,
what that
because
costs.
I think we should move to it if it's, we
I will do whatever you direct me
yeah,
to do.
I think it's needed.
I think that's a good idea to get that cost for us.
Yes, sir.
Bring that back to us.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sorry, yeah, I think, I like that idea, get the cost and bring it back to us.
Okay. And you want that one to say Clearview Legacy Park?
What was the name, no, Clearview Legacy Center?
Was it one of Clearview Community
Community
Legacy
Legacy.
Center?
No, it wasn't community, it was just community, or Clearview Legacy Center.
So Clearview Legacy Park, or, I don't know. I
Center's-
can't- Like community
I
in there,
don't
but
care
it's
what
not,
you
I'm
do.
not going to
Yeah,
wordsmith it.
Center
whether-
is already on the building, so park might be.
I like
another way
Clearview
to-
Legacy Park. I mean, that feels bigger and more comprehensive.
Because that
and-
encompasses the whole.
And like I said,
property.
gives you a portal through which
I'll do whatever you ask me to do.
Yeah.
And I remember Bishop Clark who used the word community, and I think that's important. I kind of agree with that word. I think that need to be a community park.
Yeah,
I think he reminded us it's a community city park, but definitely, I agree.
Communities own the building, right?
Yes.
Community Center, Clearview Park.
Yeah, it's on the building,
Community
okay.
Center is on the building.
Yeah.
So this other sign
Clearview
can
Legacy
be
Park
whatever
would be
you.
consistent with that name.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I
I think
like
it'd be
that.
really nice to have a,
Okay, so Clearview Legacy Park, I will investigate pricing, and if you want to, I don't know if that means you can still go ahead and pass what you're doing and just amend it, but I'll get you cost.
well, it's a resolution, so I think, I feel like
Would
a
we
motion
even
to
need it
defer.
now, since we're not looking at actually changing the
Yeah.
name on the building?
I feel like
due
a
to the-
motion to defer would be appropriate because at some point.
Can- 2 weeks? 2 weeks is good?
Yes.
Motion to defer
It
for
would
the
shift
next
to be
work session?
named the park. You're changing, you're essentially renaming the park, so I still feel like you need a resolution of some sort.
Motion to defer for the next work session, so we have time to get numbers and,
Okay.
You want it to come back to a work session or to a meeting? Because 2 weeks would be a meeting.
2 weeks will be a meeting. Yeah, motion. Yeah,
Back to a meeting.
meeting. Yes, ma'am. I need a
Motion to
second.
defer, y'all.
Second.
Second by Councilman Alexander. So that date would be March 3rd. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. That will be deferred to March 3rd. Item number 11 is Resolution R2602-13. Vice Mayor Hayes to introduce.
Yes, a resolution approving payment to Sumner County construction of crosswalk, and issuance of certificate of occupancy. Motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Vice Mayor Hayes, second by Councilman Fennell. As we were preparing the resolution and talking it through with Mr. Tuttle and stuff, it really, and so this is a little bit different than what we talked about last week, but I think it makes sense. We're going to pay them the money. We're going to construct the crosswalk. We're going to give them the certificate of occupancy. And then we don't even know, so until we know what the crosswalk even costs to build, why is it even an issue? And why do we want to try and articulate in there that? And so, does that make sense? I mean, just as we were thinking about it, because this whole discussion is moot if it winds up being over $150,000.
And the certificate of occupancy will,
Already have been, yeah.
we're going to do that immediately. As soon as this is approved, we're going to issue the certificate.
So
of occupancy.
you're changing the language just that the city will build a crosswalk.
Well, the resolution is accurate. The resolution that is before you is accurate. It just says that we're going to construct and pay for the crosswalk, period, without putting the cost in there.
Did anybody approach the county to see?
I spoke with the law director, the county attorney, and advised him that's what we were going to do. And we discussed, and I've discussed with Mr. Tuttle, that we all believe it's going to cost at least $150,000.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
So it's as written is what's in your packet tonight, if everyone is okay with that. I don't think, yeah, I think so.
Cleaner, and we should just move forward rather than trying to have, the issue is going to be the county had a resolution.
Create an
and then
issue.
We were going to have a resolution, and we were going to,
Create an issue we
Can't
may
get
not
this
even
in.
have, so.
that we should be having competing resolutions. This way, I think it basically says what the county wants it to say, except for the cost aspect, and we can take that up later if we need to.
And so Vice Mayor Hayes, are you still okay with your motion with that understanding? And
It's the resolution that's in the packet.
Councilman Fennell, you're still okay with that understanding? Okay, so this is, any questions, discussion further on it? Okay, it's Resolution R2602-13. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. Does unanimously pass. And then item number 12 is Resolution R2602-14, resolution authorizing water leak adjustment for Cairo Road. Councilman Fan is not here. Vice Mayor Hayes, I'm going to ask you to take that.
Resolution authorizing water leak adjustment for 1610 Cairo Road. Motion to approve.
I have a motion and a second to approve. I do think that there was one thing that was decided last week. I think you guys wanted to do half of what was owed, but there were two different numbers that were put out there, and you guys took the number that was calculated improperly. I want you to have that information. And then secondly, I really do want to reiterate, because I went and did this myself, and I get alerts every other day where there is. Thank you. Did you understand what I said?
Just explaining just so that everybody hears you.
So what you based your number on was on a wrongly calculated bill, and the correctly calculated bill would have made that half be slightly more. And then the other thing I wanted to say was actually went on last week. I found when you enter your information, you adjust how you make notifications or how you get notifications, and I would encourage everyone to do that. To me, there is some responsibility on the customer, and just as we had demonstrated under the public comment, and I myself have experienced, I think we could have people up here every single week not liking how their water's adjusted, and so I want to caution you on that because it could become, tremendous liability. So. Yes, Councilman.
Just as a point of clarification for the citizens, this one was unusual in that because of Christmas and New Year's Day, there was a very delayed notification from us. Normally, that's not the situation. We get them at the church. If a toilet runs, I get a notification that our water, you know.
Right, but you
I
could-
appreciate it.
but-
But this situation was
But
very rare in that,
it also could happen in an instance where their leak started on a Friday and they didn't get notification until the following Friday, because that's what I'm saying is so important to recognize, is that that is just a courtesy notification when it shows up in their records that somebody has a continuous usage. If you sign up through the portal, it's going to notify you daily if your usage is more than the day before, or however you want to set it up, or if your monthly usage is more than the month before. It is a really excellent tool, and it is for that very purpose, because you can't depend on the if it'd been that distance between a Thursday and the following Friday, it would have been, probably even more versus the days. But Councilman Javance?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm on the White House, so I supposedly have a smart meter, and I'm signed up for what you're talking about with Gallatin. So I don't know how that works with Gallatin, but even sign up with that, I went on the same case that the gentleman that took them 3 weeks to let me know with 170,000 gallons just at the meter. And we were lucky to see it, because I would still be running, until the next bill. So I understand where it's coming from. And I know it's,
I don't remember the particulars of the exact length of time between when they think the leak started and when he was notified. But again, and I'm saying this for the benefit of everyone that has Gallatin Public Utilities, you can get notifications every single day on what your water usage is.
Yeah,
and
we
get an
love-
alert. And what I would recommend doing is setting it at a slightly higher level than what your normal usage is, and probably would have to adjust it in the summer if you're watering your lawn or something. But that's gonna keep you because even with an adjustment, sometimes you're paying a lot more money than you would normally pay with a water bill, but there's a cost of service associated with the water that we have to treat and provide to our users. And
Are you recommending that we don't do this?
no, I'm not right. It is absolutely your decision as to what you do. I did want you to have clarity on that number, because
Mayor.
I can't remember the numbers. One was an $800 and something number, and the other was $1,000 and something dollar.
Do we have the exact number, please?
Go ahead and motion.
Motion to suspend the rules?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Kellogg?
So my understanding of the motion and what was voted on was to reduce the bill to $400. That's why I wrote the resolution this way. The difference was $951.10. After we did all of the leak adjustments, that's what the leak portion of their bill was $951.10.
So that is what the correct amount should have been.
Correct.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to do 50% of what the correct amount was, now that we have the clarity for that.
50%?
Yes.
I second that. So that would be 425. No,
5.
5. No, 9.
No, 475.
475.
Actually, I'm not sure about that either.
You okay with that? 475?
Yes, sir. Which is still cheaper than what, I think it's still lower than what the customer had asked or requested.
It's not right, still.
475.55.
Thank you, 475.55. Get that odd dollar. Okay with that number? Councilman Giovanni?
I'm okay with that.
475.55.
That's an amendment.
That's an amendment. Okay, motion to amend, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, it is amended. Back to the original motion now is amended. Questions, discussion, comments? All in favor of the motion, the resolution is amended, Resolution R2602-14, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Does pass unanimously. That concludes the regular agenda. It brings us now to other business. And if there's, Councilman Carter.
Just really quickly, it has nothing to do with council, but it's important to me. I just wanted, everybody, if you see my mother, tell her happy 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Mother. I love you.
It's also our fearless chamber director's birthday, so happy birthday to Kim Baker. Yeah. Not take anything away from your mom. So. Anyone else? Councilman Giovanni, recognized.
Thank you, Mayor. I got asked, and I got the answer from Director of Parks why the Civic Center was not open on Sunday, and Director of Parks told me that because I think that got changed 5 years ago because there was not that many people coming on Sunday. But I think we're growing, and we're growing really fast, and maybe we should revisit that because some people maybe would like to use the Civic Center on Sunday. So would there be a way to do a survey, send maybe in the next bill, utility bill?
I don't know if we could do it in the utility bill, but we could certainly set up an online survey and one that they can promote through Parks and Recreation. Yeah, when the decision was made to close on Sundays, it was not a decision by this council, and I've gotten a lot of people frustrated with it over the years, and I think it could easily be open with some staffing shift, and I think there is a desire for that, but I think a survey is a good way to do that, and I think we can work on that. And we'll get with Mr. Brown to see if he's cool with how it's read, and we can put it out.
That would be great, so we can have an idea and maybe reopen.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see a survey because I used to work for Mr. Brown at Parks and Recs, and I worked a few Sundays, and Sundays are really slow days at
Yeah.
the Civic Center.
Yeah, and they may still be. There may not be a demand for it to be open, but it could be. And especially like on days when we're closed on the Saturday, for the events and stuff. Okay, anyone else with other business? Okay, seeing no one, we will move to public recognition on non-agenda related items. Welcome you forward.
Saunders, 2092 Rodman Boulevard, and I thought I wasn't going to have to talk on this, but the intersection is Browns Lane and Nashville Pike, right across from the new gigantic apartment development. I want my right-hand turn light back. So coming down Browns Lane into Nashville Pike, we have 3 lanes. We have a left-hand turn lane. We used to have 2 left-hand turn lanes. Now we have 1 left-hand turn, 1 that goes straight, and 1 that turns right. And before they took down the lights and we did them, we had a right-hand turn light so that when the Nashville Pike traffic went straight and had their left turn, our light turned green so that we could turn right and we wouldn't have to be stopping and looking to see if the other traffic had a green light coming on. So I want our right-hand turn lane back.
We're working on this, by the way.
Engineer has heard your comments.
Yeah.
And by the way, I did notify engineering today about the gravel in that area that is on the road.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's kind of moved over out of the travel lanes, so that's nicer, but I could see how when it first got spilled, it could kick up into somebody's
They
windshield.
need to keep the road clean, though.
And then, that second,
Oh, I'm not supposed to be talking.
no, that middle lane, could it not be left and straight if that's at all possible? Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
That is a good observation too, because I thought, oh, sorry.
Sergeant at Arms over here. Sorry. Name and address for the record, please.
Brett Thaler, 110 Cavalier Drive, Hendersonville. Good evening, members of the City Council and Mayor Brown. My name is Brett Thaler, and I am one of the assistant baseball coaches at Gallatin High School. I have coached there since 2017, alongside the great and powerful Mark Wilson. I am also the newly appointed commissioner of the Volunteer State Baseball League. The Volunteer State Baseball League is a summer college baseball league that will be starting its inaugural season this year in the state of Tennessee, starting June 1st of 2026. We have selected 5 various cities around the mid-state, and one of the cities that we have selected is the historic city of Gallatin. We are looking to bring summer college baseball to the city of Gallatin. The site that we have selected is Gallatin Municipal Field, Field 5, David Alexander Field. There we will create an alliance with the American Legion Post 17, as well as the Gallatin High School baseball program. Next week, we'll be presenting our economic impact report showing how this summer college baseball team will bring in an economic surplus of over $900,000 to the city of Gallatin. More importantly, this team will give local college baseball players from Gallatin and Sumner County the opportunity to stay home and play summer college baseball with family able to watch, rather than travel hundreds of miles and spend thousands of dollars to play summer college baseball in a different state. We will be proposing a 10-year lease on David Alexander Field to bring the vision of family excitement, entertainment, and city pride through the great game of baseball. We believe this vision will attract people not only from the entire state of Tennessee, but from all over the country. Thank you for your time.
Mark Wilson, 770 East Main Street, Gallatin, Tennessee. Mayor Brown and council members, thank you for allowing us to be here. I want to congratulate you in how you handle business. This is the first council meeting that I've attended. I've been a resident at Gallatin since 1988 and proud educator at Gallatin High School. And as the head baseball coach, I want to echo what Coach Thaler had to say. I feel that there is not only a need, but an opportunity for this community to work together, to cooperate in bringing a successful program to the municipal David Alexander baseball field. I would be remiss if I did not say I have great appreciation for Mr. Brown and his employees at the Parks Department, because since the inception of baseball at Gallatin High School, we have not had a Sumner County Board of Education field on campus. And we have been graciously allowed to play at the municipal field at David Alexander Field. And it's a very special place. Councilman Jones played there along with countless others. And we are always looking to improve. And we are very appreciative to not only the Parks Department, but other entities of Gallatin's government that has helped us tremendously over my tenure since 2015 as head baseball coach. So Coach Thaler, speaking for him, he talks funny, but he's the best baseball coach I've ever worked with.
Oh, wow.
And I can tell you that if he is for this league, and he spent a lot of time researching the inception of this North Carolina league branching out into Tennessee. And I'm excited for that opportunity, and I will look forward to working with him and the Gallatin Ospreys as their general manager in the coming years. So thank you for your time, and I appreciate your hard work.
I know the feeling. I talk funny too.
Anyone else wishing to speak? All right, public recognition on non-agenda related items is closed. Coach Wilson, I don't think anybody's ever complimented us on how we do business, so you must have been here on a really good night, so thank you. With that, ladies and gentlemen. Motion by Councilman Fennell, second by Councilman Carter. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. I hope you all have a lovely night. Remember to stay weather aware later this week. Be safe and be kind to one another. Good night.